Jimmie and the Shark. Jimmie and the Shark. I like we're turning the Niners defense into characters from, Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Got Jimmie and the Shark taking care of business on the back end. What are you seeing from them?
This sets up to me to be, in my opinion, and I'm interested to know if you see any other key matchups along the defense, but this sets up to me to be the two key matchups for the 49ers. Jimmie Ward blanketing the tight end. I'm assuming that'll be Kyle Pitts for the vast majority of the game, but certainly they've brought back Hayden Hurst, so you could see that coverage as well. And then Russell Gage. So when I look at the two outside threats for Atlanta, it's primarily Pitts and Gage. Pitts is by far leading the team in yards. And then Russell Gage, not too far behind him. But as I learned doing an insider program on my channel with the gentleman from Locked On Falcons, he indicated that the gentleman Russell Gage operates primarily out of the slot. So I assume that he would be out wide. So I'm thinking that's going to be K'Wan Williams most of the day. And it makes me feel a little bit better because I started to think, oh no, we were able to cover up for a thin secondary last week against the Bengals and a three-headed monster. There's just no way we'll be able to do it 2 weeks in a row. But when I look at how it sets up, how Atlanta will look to attack the 49ers, it becomes more of a strength against strength as opposed to strength on weakness. So it makes me a little more optimistic about those two being able to handle those assignments. I mean, what's your opinion on Jimmie Ward being able to lock down any tight end in the league?
Well, he's the best at it. And I think it's so interesting. Last week, you were looking at the matchup. Again, I picked the Bengals. I felt dumb for that. They weren't ready. I mean, that's a young team. But the talent was seductive. It was a really talented team. You're looking,
and in fairness, you came pretty close to getting it right.
Yeah, I mean, like Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, like they have first-round talent, like premium talent, right where the Niners are weak.
Yes.
This team doesn't. All their talent is right where the Niners are strong, right up the middle. So, I mean, no, it's a great matchup for the 49ers. Russell Gage on K'Wan, advantage Niners.
Yes.
Kyle Pitts on Jimmie Ward. I'm not going to say advantage Niners, but, I mean, it's at least a good matchup.
Yeah, it neutralizes it to some extent, right? He's not going to be held catchless, but I think Jimmie's probably going to hold him. I think he's probably going to hold him under 50 yards because that seems to be his bragging rights on Instagram where he gets on there and starts going in his stories.
Interesting. Man, yeah, I can see that. The thing with Kyle Pitts is that he's 6'6" with the longest arms ever. So even if Jimmie Ward is right in his hip pocket, which he will be, Pitts can make some crazy catches. So we'll see if Pitts makes some of those.
Yes. It surprises me that with that wingspan, he's not more dominant in the red zone, that they haven't really figured out how to use him as a red zone target. Only one touchdown on the year so far. Do you think that these matchups set up such that the 49ers can play a primarily single high safety look and really focus the majority of their energy on Cordarrelle Patterson? Because he is, much like Deebo Samuel, 30 to 35% of Atlanta's offense, whether running or catching the ball. And if they can handle those other two stars with just two defenders, now you're talking about the rest of the defense being able to focus on Cordarrelle.
I'm with you. I mean, I really think that the Falcons are basically screwed. Like, they can't beat the Niners. The Niners can beat themselves, but the Niners are strong where the Falcons are strong. The matchups, the Falcons can't threaten any of the Niners' weaknesses, and all their guys, the Niners have the matchup advantage on. Really, I mean, the best one is Pitts, and the Niners have Jimmie Ward for him. So this is
best on best.
Look, it was just a few weeks ago that the Falcons lost 25-0 to the Patriots, to nothing. So the fact that this team is 6-7, that's kind of amazing. Like, it's not a good team. It's not a good team.
It's not a good team, but it's a team that's trending in the right direction. That's what concerns me, right? Okay. You have Atlanta who, like, their playoff chances getting into the playoffs hinge on this game against San Francisco. That they come in needing to win this game if they have any chance of making it, and they've been trending in the right direction the last couple of weeks. It leaves me a little trepidatious to say that the 49ers will walk all over them, but I agree. If the 49ers are who we want them to be, they will.
They should. I mean, look, if Atlanta had Calvin Ridley, I'd say, okay, hold on, wait a second. That's a serious They got Calvin Ridley. They can put him on whoever that number 2 cornerback is, but they don't. They freaking don't. And look, I don't even know who Russell Gage is. I couldn't tell you what number he wears.
Yeah, and on the other side is Tajay Sharp. The only thing I can say about Tajay Sharp is he's about the same height as T. Higgins, so I don't know if he'll have some success against our cornerbacks in that regard.
Jeez, man, that's their starter.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, the Niners definitely are off the hook this week. Definitely off the hook. Dante Johnson, take another week. Ambry Thomas, whoever, Diamador, go learn because you'll be okay. I mean, it's like playing I don't know. To me, it doesn't feel far off of playing the Lions. I know they have way different records, but really, I mean, what are you working with here? I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
the biggest difference would definitely be Matt Ryan versus Jared Goff. Although if we consulted your father, he might place Matt Ryan right there with Jared Goff. He is not a fan.
He will not back off that stance.
No.
Loser.
He's doubling down. I love it.
James Perez says group sponsored therapy by Tart. I like Jaquaski Tart, by the way. He was just giving me a hard time. He's a good guy. We're cool. I'm cool with Jaquaski. No problem with Jaquaski.
Squash.
I think that was just his way of giving me a hard time. I don't think he was actually trying to take a shot at me. Because I give him a hard time, right? It's kind of like the nature of it. So it's all good. It was fraternal ribbing. I take it in a good spirit.
Jaquaski. As you should.
I do.